Alright. Cheers everyone. Happy Thursday for all of you who are here live. And my name is Zemalf and this is Dwarf Fortress. And we will start by going for the last time to Woodfight, the first fortress for this once dead civilization. We will take one more last look at the 18 years old fortress, where actually not that much happened. Well, actually quite a lot happened, but kind of in the end not much happened, because we were quite peaceful for a long time and our traps and defenses kept all the enemies away very effectively. So I will go through like a fortress tour here in the beginning. Also for those of you who saw the previous part, there's some changes here. I was just testing some things. I also increased the population cap from 160 and the fortress grew into 181. I had it at 160 in the end. Because I wanted and want to leave this fort off in a good place, as it is now the capital of this civilization. One thing I did, I first did it as a test, and that was actually the reason why I continued running this for a while, and then build some things here that I will show you. Again, if you saw the previous part, some things have changed, including stuff in the surface. Not much of this is actually makes any difference, apart from that I started training crossbow dwarves for this civilization. But the important thing that I did, actually very important thing, for the longest time, the only connection we had was our own civilization. That doesn't really exist. Then we did raid the goblins and went to war with them, and they started sieging us. What I did after, I had heard that that's a way to do it, but I hadn't done it for some reason. Now, if I could go back 17 years in this fortress, I would do it back then. But sadly I only realized it afterwards. If you don't have connections to civilizations, you see here elves, you see here humans now. You didn't see this before. If you don't have connections to elves and humans, like no one, they are not sending their caravans in. What I did was that I took one of these human, in this case this human civilization, the orange yellowish things. I clicked at one of them, I think I just picked one at random, and then I I made a special, like, let's say expendable squad, and I sent a squad there to demand one-time tribute. The humans said no, but they didn't get angry or anything. Instead, they started sending their caravans in. Same thing with, I believe this elven civilization. So I took one of these elves here in the forest. Actually, there was look like some of them have been losing to the goblins. I picked one of these elves here. Again, demand one-time tribute, and sent my expendable squad, and establishing connection like that, and the elves started sending their caravans as well. So if you are not seeing, for example, humans or elves in your civilization list, send a dwarf there, put like one dwarf in a military squad and send them there, and demand one-time tribute. Actually the elves said yes. Okay, here's a one-time tribute. I didn't find a way to see what they actually gave me. There's probably a way, but because I haven't done it, I don't know how to actually check that. But anyway, they said yes, but that was not the point. After that, they started sending the caravans. Why this was significant for this fort, that elves not so much, although I did get a rhinoceros from them, which I now remember I totally forgot to put in the pasture and started training or anything like that. But the humans, because they bring the service plants, and also with the version 50.07, which this version is, we now see the farm plots with the different sprites, and also new sprites for the plants when they are growing. They brought us surface plants, so now we have blade beet, for example, for dyes, and I think I bought barley as well, but I didn't start farming that. But anyway, that was a important thing that I did, because that will affect this civilization in the future, because they now have connection to those humans and elves, which will mean that our new fort will have that those connections to the humans and elves automatically. They will also be at war with this goblin civilization, as well as the goblin civilization we were at war originally, that I didn't really realize, but this civilization original capital is down here, that they lost somewhere before the 100 years of world generation lasted. Also interesting thing, if you have now watched the Beer Beers run on my channel, or you happen to remember it from the beginning, but well, I didn't remember the map. None of these goblins were here, or at least they were not this spread. They had just a couple of dark bits. Also, all these goblins have appeared in the 35 years we have played this world. So this is what I love about Dwarf Fortress, that the map and the world is really dynamic, and we have an impact on it. Big impact, as we saw. Beer Beers, our first fort, is 500 population. We will see what Woodfight grows into once we retire it. But we will continue our war against this goblin civilization with the next fort. And then as we continue with this civilization, I think then the next one would be to send an expedition deep down south with the plans of retaking the old capital. But that's far in the future. We will focus on new forts after Woodfight. But I wanted to highlight the map here, because if you compare this then to where it all started in the first part of Beer Beers, it was very different. We didn't have as widespread humans and elves here. The goblins took over the center. This whole southwest corner taken over by mostly goblins. Some nearly dead dwarven civilization here, and then this civilization that we are part of completely run over by these goblins. So I really like this. But we have taken these two locations. So we have Lie-Hailed and Partner Seduces forts or dark pits from the goblins. So we have dwarves there who left Woodfight. And when we set the next forts, we will see that we can get dwarves from all these forts. Then mostly I think they will come from the capital, but let's see how that goes. Anyway, starting the tour, we on the surface kind of a defense in a way that we captured a lot of things in these cage traps with these kind of choke point design. Then later on I built some bridges that we could close the goblins in when they go down into our trap corridors through the trade depot. The main entrance to the fortress is completely sealable. As we close this bridge or close both of these bridges, nothing can go down the stairs anymore, and we had dogs guarding that entrance. Going into the trap corridor, on the left, we never ended up using that as is, as we could have baited anything into this left side corridor, and with the bait animals either to step into the cage traps or get into the room itself, when we could have closed the bridge and capture whatever came inside in there. But instead we took care of most of our enemies through through the trap corridors where we have the 2 minecart meat grinders, or blenders, or grinders, however you want to call them, impulse ramp powered minecart traps with platinum minecarts going at light speed. This was ridiculously powerful. I think I will be utilizing these in future fortresses as well, unless I want to fight things, because this is really good. I also, for Woodfight, I upgraded places a little bit. We have some golden doors, platinum trade depot, some platinums here at the entrance as well. I built a dwarven bath up there for dwarves to clean themselves when they go in. So a little bit of shine on the front side when the traders come in. They have probably never seen a platinum trade depot, because this corner of the world was almost the only one with platinum in the whole world. So I think we needed to highlight that a little bit. We have a spear corridor with upright spear traps with a repeater, with the minecart going around this track, making the spikes go up about 95 ticks. About every 95 ticks. We also have a flamethrower, who I think I will release. I don't know how the retired forts work, but I think this will be a little bit dangerous to leave here, so I think I will let it go. Let it die in our traps, or maybe let it go back into the caverns and get a few more kills to it, because it definitely deserves it. It was ruling the second cavern pretty well before we captured that. Going down, mist generation with the waterfall going down the fortress. The caged enemies here, I changed this a little bit from the previous build. Important tip: if you are gonna make a mass pitting system like this, when you set the pits, first of all, you need to do 1 pit over all the holes, and the hatch covers need to be forbidden in order for this to work better. If these are not forbidden, the dwarves will fail much more, and also it's better to paint the whole thing like this instead of just the hole. Because I had trouble that the dwarves were not putting the goblins in the hole, instead they escaped and then ran to my military. But when I moved it on this side, I was able to drain the crossbow dwarves by dropping the goblins into this one. And I did also channel that all the way from the surface for avoid miasma in this area when we killed the goblins in here. I can show that in action, because that was not in the previous parts yet. Right, I guess when we are in here, we do have our surface farms that I already showed a little bit. So we carved space from the surface, so these count as outside space. We have our refuse disposal system with shaft going down 20 or so levels into an atom smasher. We also are disposing low quality items from another level into the same shaft. Pastures for animals, pastures for all the elephants that we first tamed and then started breeding with the civilization. So actually with 18 years, it's pretty close that these ones will start to grow up as well pretty soon. But we'll leave the dwarves to do what they want with the elephants. Here on this level, we had most of the food production, soap making, the king's dining hall with some golden tables, as the king loves the gold. We also pimped up the entrance a little bit with some golden walls and a dwarven bathtub with some glass walls here. I was kind of disappointed with the crystal glass block wall look. I was expecting it to look similar to the metals like this, but it looks like this kind of rough wall. But it's kind of taken how rare crystal glass is. I think it should be a little bit nicer. A little bit of drink stockpile, wine cellar here, with the metal production that we brought magma from down below. That was working well. 4 forges was kind of good. 8 smelters, a little bit of an overkill. but I was mostly using 4 of them for smelting the ores and 4 of them to smelt items. So kind of in the end it was kind of good. With this fortress I didn't use that many glass furnaces as serious things. In the end I did use some. I did make some clear glass and crystal glass that I mostly used for our library that I built in here. We'll go into that in just a moment because most of that has happened. Most of that has happened since the previous part. Dining hall. Good. I wasn't like looking at the dwarves' thoughts that were there any moments when they didn't have enough chairs to eat, but this kind of dining hall with what is this, 20 tables is 23 tables. No, 20 tables is enough for a fort of like 200 dwarves. You don't need like a massive one. You can build a massive one, of course, if you like, but you don't need that for the eating. Especially because I did have a separate tavern for myself. This didn't see much use, but I wanted to set this fort for the future, so it's now allowing visitors in the tavern, and the visitors do have places here that they can rent out. Then to the library. So this was mostly set up after the previous part. Crystal glass and clear glass crystal glass bookcases, clear glass furniture, and one of the dwarves did write a book. So the truth about ignorance was written by a dwarf in this fort. It concerns the value of knowledge. Writing bubbles over with cheerfulness. Overall, the prose is passable. So this one was created by dwarf in this fort already, and from there, then the dwarves did proceed to copy that. The scribes. I think we have a copy of the Truth About Ignorance here already, in addition to the original. And I also got new books from the humans and elves, namely the humans. As I started trading with them. It was a native dwarf who wrote it, so I believe it was one of the scholars. One of the scholars. Wait, did I change that? Authored by Inod Lipadmonum. So here, and they also got titles of philosophers as they I think they started learning more like wordsmith skills and stuff. But anyway, sadly none of the nicknamed ones was the one who wrote the book, but we might see books written by these dwarves later. So looking forward to that. Also, what I used a lot in this fort was guilds. We have a lot of legendary weaponsmiths, legendary armorsmiths, all that, as I used guilds from the beginning, and especially in the 18 years this has been running. This fortress has literally 60 or something legendary weaponsmiths and 30, 40 legendary armorsmiths. Mechanics, same thing. So guilds are super powerful, kind of, especially in a long fort, a little bit too powerful. But anyway, we have a lot of those guilds, which means hopefully a lot of very skilled migrants into our fort that we are about to start. Farming, using small plots of farm for different kind of plants so that I was able to control what we were producing. One still was able to keep enough drinks in the fort up until now. Then I did add a new one just to give us a little bit of extra, but one still with the good brewers was able to keep the place in alcohol without any trouble. Same thing, one kitchen doing all the things, all the prepared meals for and a lot of them. So you don't really need to scale up stills and kitchens that much, depending on other parts of your food production. We did have a lot of meat in this fort because we had the elephants, we had captured animals, we had the birds and all that. So that was good thing to notice that even just one kitchen, one still kind of keeps up. Because that's one thing I will kind of think about for the next fort. What industries, what workshops we need to scale. For example, we definitely want multiple smelters, we do want multiple forges. We do want, as we go down, we do want multiple clothiers, looms, weavers to work on those. So this is something that we need a lot. 2 mechanics was plenty. 2 mechanics workshop was plenty for the whole fort. Jeweler I always end up underusing, so but usually what I have is 1 cut, 1 setter, and we go with that. Silk farm with this design is stupidly powerful. We see all these uncollected ones in the fortifications. I think this Forgotten Beast produced like 50,000 silk over the course of this fort, even that I had a mechanic to turn it off by dropping the bait animal or bait creature. I was using goblins towards the end, and then this bottom bridge was controlled manually, dropping the webs to down below. And I see that the dwarves still keep on hoarding all the clothes, so that seems to have continued to be a problem. Going a little bit back up, anything else to highlight from this fort? I was only using 2 craft dwarves. We did start doing porcelain out of gallonite in the end, and also using the kilns to make the pearl ash for the clear glass and crystal glass. But kind of a little bit underused there on that. I could have used it a lot because I had gallonite, but it just ended up not. Yeah, let's go down. So anything else in here? We have the tombs. I think in total we ended up having like 7 dwarves dead or something. Peladores, they're called from Mexico, Odium, the casualties of the animal training, and agitated animals who that somehow stopped. The agitated animals completely stopped. I don't know what happened with this fort. But either I broke the game or we killed all of them when we started taming the elephants or something. I don't know. We had that 1 titan on the surface, and the agitated animals more or less stopped after that. 6 dwarves in total dead, 7, 8. I think 8. 8 dwarves. That's not much. And 2 of them we hammered to death because they were throwing tantrums. We have some animals buried here as well. Yeah, but 8 dwarves. We did do. I actually probably overdid. I don't even know how many stones we have in this pile, but I did the quarry work again with minecarts, and I was just cutting these rooms because I needed more chalk and things like that. Not much else use for the thing, but we did mine quite a lot in here, and then metals from down below, getting some gems, getting the limonite, getting the magnetite, getting the platinum and all that, and kind of carving around this cavern pillar, which was a nice idea. In this fort I did 3x5 bedrooms. That's a little bit on the big size. I think like maybe 3x4 is something I will go, or even 2x4. But with 3x5 it was easy to achieve like super high valuable bedrooms that it was take as a personal palace. So that was working really well. And going down, I'm just checking on our drain system here. It was never really used in full capacity. I think this is about the minimum flow for it to reach the edge and flow off the edge of the map, but that was working well. But then going down from this side, I will actually jump down here. We see the magma sea, or magma pool was the first one we encountered, and Oh wait, I went past, it's 84. So this is where we tapped into the magma and we pumped it into minecarts and then used minecarts to bring it up. And a lot of time in this fort went into this experiment of trying to fill the minecarts by taking the minecarts down from a hill and then swooshing into magma and coming up from there. But I never found the balance of the speed so that the minecart would fill with magma but still exit the dip. But on the other hand, I think in this next fort, as that was an idea I got while I was doing this, we will go deep right away. So this next fort that I'm about to start will go down and find the magma sea or magma pool immediately and establish the fort down there as soon as possible. I will still get the stuff inside near the surface, but then we'll dig deep and go look for the magma. We have this one forgotten beast here who was, I think, made out of glass. Yeah, crystal glass. I am curious how tough this would be to kill for the dwarves, but I think I won't touch that. This time. But yeah, that's Woodfight. And for those of you watching this on a later date on YouTube, if you didn't watch the whole thing, if you want to see how this was built, how I started, all that, you will find all the videos on the channel when you see this video. So check that out, the playlist link is in the video description, and you can also find the first fort for this world, Beer Beers, on the channel, so you can check everything or parts of it, however you like. Playlists are the best if you want to watch all of them. But as I started explaining in the beginning, I found it really interesting to look at the map at year 100, when we started Beer Beers, compared to now, as it is very different as far as the civilizations go. These goblins were not here, as I said. These were not as widespread. The elves have taken over the forests here, and the humans have spread in here, and it's so cool. And this will continue to change as we build more fortresses into this world. So looking forward into building the next one, and I think the next one won't be the last. As I said, we do have our nemesis down here in the south, which will be, I think, the ultimate goal for this civilization. Rebuilding the civilization, taking out these goblins at least enough to reclaim our original capital, original mountain home. So let's retire. Well, actually, one thing I will do. Let's take care of the flamethrower. So we'll see the traps one more time in action, because I don't want to leave it alive in there. So let's play a little bit with the trade depot. Depot there. We'll close the trap corridor gate. We'll close that door. We will close the beast trap. Beast trap, so locking that, closing this, closing this, closing this, in order to lock, did I press this? Yes, I did. In order to lock this beast in, and into the traps. But I think what could be interesting ending here is that let's open the caverns and see this flying beast go take care of the other creatures in this world. So let's see how that turns out. So let's go in here. These are closed, but I will open all of these. This should be interesting if the other forgotten beasts decide to path in. So I think now we are isolated from them, but they can find each other. And then we can wait. That needs to close. There we go. Okay, now we can open the beast trap. So let's open that one. Open that one and we'll see what this this Forgotten Beast does. Because as said, they are able to go and kill the other Forgotten Beasts even if they can't come here. So let's see if it decides to go for it. The web spinner I will just leave here. I did leave it on Beer Beers as well. But this one I actually wanted to see what it does. Will it decide to go after the other beasts? I am curious. Oh, there we go. There comes Oz. I think this is the Golden Serpent. Nope, this is the Hairy Python. So we'll see the first. Will Mevena continue to reign as champion of the Forgotten Beasts? It does have 8 kills from before. So let's see how that turns out. I would like them to fight in the corridor instead. I would like them to fight in here instead of the stairway, but let's see. Yeah, here we go. Oh, nope, nope. Okay, woof. Ooh, look at this! Look at this! They are all here at once. This is exactly what I wanted. I think actually now that I think about it, Mevena might actually be a little bit out of element because they can't utilize their flight. They might actually lose to this Crystal Class one. They might actually lose to the Crystal Class one. Ooh, is this one burning? Yeah. The burn is pretty good, but this one is made out of glass. I think this Crystal Class 1 does have a chance against Mevena. I'm pretty sure. Okay, but while that is happening, let's whoever here will beat whoever here will beat Survivor, they will need to go and die on the spear traps. I think I will give them a chance to and not get them with the grinder. But let's go and continue watch the fight. So it's 3 Forgotten Beasts. Let's see what happens here. Is it still going? The fight is still going. I think the smoke stopped the Crystal Class one at least for a moment. And yeah, Oz is already dead, so Mevena gets a 6th kill. 9th kill even. Let's see what happens now. Oh, a 4th one! Yes, this is exactly what I wanted to happen. To have them all here. Oh! Wait, did you just insta-kill? Oh, that was made out of... Okay, the one that was coming from the south was made of steam. So the Crystal Glass one just completely killed it immediately. But now I think we have the finale here. Oh, no, don't. Oh, that's not smart. That's not smart. Because you will die in the spear traps if you go there. I kind of I kind of want you to fight the Forgotten Beast instead. They don't want to fight each other. What is this? What is this, Mevena? Mevena, go. Go kill it. Are you friends? Are you two friends? What is this? What is this? I don't think they are friends. They are not fighting. Is the fire preventing it? Oh no! Mevena is bleeding! No! No! Did the other thing get it with some dust or something? No! My flamethrower! No! Oh, that sucks. That sucks if they die like that. Are they not able to move or something? Did they lose their wings? Oh, they are bleeding like oozing all the things out. Well, I will let this guy die in the spear traps if it so chooses to. Let's see how far into the spear traps it makes. Ooh, it can take a... Ooh! Oh, it can actually maybe even go for the dog. That's... That is a lot of beating it takes. This guy is tough. This guy is tough. Because it is taking some hits. A lot of hits. It fell over. I think it will die. Nope. Nope. Okay, I think I will save my dog, because I'm surprised this thing actually makes it through. We might be too late here. Might be too late because it's yeah, I think it got to the dog. Damn. Woo! What a timing! What a timing! All right. Well, you have one chance. Go back. Go back into the spear traps. What do you think? What do you think? Shall you go there? Oh, I think that's a poor life choice for you, but sure. Man, that thing can take a lot of beating. Okay, that took like 1.5 spike corridors for actually take care of that. Did we lose Mevena already? Oh, Mevena, don't tell me you are gonna bleed out in there. I was hoping for... Well, that was still 4 forgotten beasts going at each other, so I think that's alright. But yeah, this thing was... Oops. This thing was taking a lot of beating in the spear traps, as there's 10 menacing steel spikes, exceptional masterwork in all those things, and it was getting hit a lot. That thing was tough. That was really tough. Heart of Water. I like it. We have a Heart of Water, and then we have the Puzzle Web the Subtle. Oh, the bleeding stopping. The bleeding is stopping. Open the hospital for all visitors. I think it's surviving. I'm surprised they didn't fight each other. Maybe the smoke and fire stopped the other one from coming here. Might have been. The other ones, the one corpse is still on fire in here. It's kind of funny. There's another one who breathes fire? We have a challenger, boys. We have a challenger who's coming. I love this. This was not what I planned for the last video of this one, but we have a challenger. Mythmis Tithalos Imustgat. Play lies the Mangi Bleckums. Okay, it's a three-eyed fly who also breathes fire. I think this one will go and take care of the one forgotten beast here in the first cavern, who never made it back, who never made it up. Yeah, I was not planning for this FP on FP action here, but so this is now the 5th one we are seeing. Sadly, we lose a vision of it. I think it might be going in here, but I'm not sure. This might be unreachable as well. Let's go watch what Mavena is doing. And again, like we are completely safe at the moment. We are completely safe at the moment. Let's see. I think the fly is coming this way. Let's see if we see it already. Don't see it yet. So this one is down there. Bakur here is the web shooter. I guess I could let the do we let the web shooter out as well? It has served us pretty well. Come to think of it, like we could let it go. The problem is I don't have a guaranteed way to let it go that way. Assuming that the Forgotten Beast would break doors, which I think they are not doing at the moment. So it might actually break away this way. No, but actually, no, wait. I can control it with these hatches as well. So we can let it go. We can let it go, let it go. Let's open these ones. Okay, there's a little bit of risk here that something accidentally opens into the fort. But let's see how this goes. Wait, those are closed. Those are closed. Yeah, I don't think anything is making its way in. At least I don't think so. Just checking how did I build this thing. Yeah, I think it's fine. Okay, let's unleash. It served us well. It served us well. So let's open that one as well. Let's see what it does with its freedom. So let's keep an eye on the other Forgotten Beast. We don't see the fly at the moment. Okay, it does have a option to go. It is thinking about it. Maybe it enjoyed its captivity so much that it doesn't want to leave anymore. On the other hand, it does not have... Is this one still... Okay, where's Mevena? Did Mevena die? Oh, whoa. No! It bled out. The flamethrower bled out. No. What a sad finish. Died in an epic battle where it burned this one. Racked 9 kills. But then ended up dying. Burning in its own flame. It didn't die to the flames, but it died to the fight with bad bleeding. Bad bleeding. But I think I see the fly coming. So let's see what the fly does. I think the fly is coming towards the fort. And when they hit the same corridors, I think the web shooter will come and fight it. Can't you find the way? It's not that difficult. Web shooter is still waiting. Let me just make sure that this way is open. This one here. That one is open. Yeah, it should find its way here. I don't know what it's doing. Right here. Oh wait, but do they actually now want? Do they want the dog bait now? I think they want the dog baits. So let's open the dog corridor, and maybe that will lure us now. Maybe they are not interested in killing each other. That should open. There we go. Let's see if you care about that. Ah, you taste taste the dog blood. Shall we test the grinder? We already know that works, so maybe want to land one last time. Let's put the grinder in action as well. I think at the moment doors are a little bit too powerful because they shouldn't be able to stop Forgotten Beasts. And there we go. One minecart grinder is already running. Let's see if the other one goes. Okay. The bottom one is not in full speed at the moment, but let's see how this guy does. Ooh, good job. This is a tough one as well. Well done going through. So I think that's quite a lot of beating from the minecarts. It did hit it. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Only the first ones are really hard ones. After that, it slows down a little bit. But it did take down quite a beating in there. Let's see how it does on the second round. Ooh, this is a tough one. Wow. Amazing. 2 times through. This is a champion as well. We had a tough one captured. Yeah, it took more beating in there, but man, that was it can't survive a third one though. But I give this guy. Ooh, nice. So that went 1, 2, like almost 3 times through before we got it. That is excellent results. I give our web shooter like solid 9 out of 10 for that, because that was amazing. It wasn't dodging, it was just taking the hits. Yeah, don't trust this. Don't trust this, but at the moment nothing can destroy doors. I haven't seen anything destroy doors. They should be building destroyers, but doors is just as powerful as anything else. It shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't be like that, but it's you can stop anything with doors at the moment, which is, yeah, as said, a little bit silly, but yes, you can. Okay, where are all these Forgotten Beasts coming from? We have one other hero. Alright, this one is trapped behind some trees. We have some of these silly ones here. What is this one doing? Is this one trapped behind trees as well? Oh, that might actually find its way in. Who knows? You had all these Forgotten Beasts here. This is just silly. Oh! The flyer is here. Well, welcome to our traps, flyer. Welcome to our. Ooh, it flew over. Ha ha ha! It's very smart. It tried to fly over, but then, hey, what is this corpse here? Ah, dead. So yeah, some Forgotten Beast, 1 shot. Some others, not so much. Yeah, this one took only 3 hits and died. Compared to the other one who was taking like 30. But yeah, this killed 100 goblins with no problems as they were coming in. It's insanely good, and you can build this on almost day 1. As long as you have like one minecart that is a little bit on the heavy side, and you can do this on the immediately. That's what I love about this, because it's not powered with power, but impulse ramps. Okay, let's see if these other ones find their way here as well. They are disappearing from somewhere, so I guess we need to wait a little bit. Yeah, this was a good idea to open the caverns. Okay, maybe the rest of them are not finding their way in or something. So I will just close everything down, and because I didn't want to spend even this much time on it, but this was actually kind of fun, so why not? Just closing all these to make the place kind of safe-ish again. Safe-ish, and let's stop the traps. Minecart, grinders, halt. And how these stop is that there's a retracting bridge right here and here. When they come in place, the minecart hits a wall and stops, and same principle here but with a hatch. As the minecart repeater hits this one, it stops right there. Okay, let's let these dwarves do their things, and that's where we call it quits on Woodfight. I was thinking that I'm probably not gonna look at the legends that much yet, because I don't want to yet know kind of the full history of this civilization, from the what's happened to it, why it lost all its sites. I want to keep on finding those things out from the engravings and artifacts. In this one, there's a lot of engravings I could have read, but I think I will continue doing that in the next one. So we continue to learn the history of this civilization as we continue. Oh, right, they should be let out now. Also, one thing I could do here is wait until spring, because where we start now, that will be the beginning of our next fort as well. On the other hand, starting with the last month of the year is kind of cool as well. It will lengthen the time a little bit to the first caravan, but I think it's fine. Yeah, I think this is good enough. Also curious, no one cares about those. So can we open that one so they have to go take care of those ones as well? No one cares about the corpses at the moment. I don't know why. Because they are forgotten beast corpses, and that is paused. Yeah, that should be fine. That needs to be paused as well. Do I have something locked here that I don't notice? Or why are they not going to take the corpses? Well, anyway, that's not really my problem. I will leave the dwarves at it. That was Woodfight. That was Woodfight, and we'll start a new fort after just a little while. So we will leave this one. We will leave this fort to live its own life. We will see what happens to it afterwards, as we are playing the next fort in the Legends later on. But let's do this retire Woodfight. To save here, just in case I want to come back here to check something later. That's it. If you were watching the playlist on YouTube, thanks for watching this whole or parts of this fort. If this is the first video you saw and you watched now all the way through, you want to see how all those things were actually built, check the playlist. And if you want to very specifically see how I built a minecart grinder, I do have a tutorial for that on my channel. If I remember, they will be linked in the video description as well. But you can find them on my channel. Okay, let's retire. Let's retire Woodfight. And so on the 6th of Obsidian, late winter, 135, after 18 years and couple of... Wait, we started at the beginning of summer, so 18 and a half years. 18 and a half years for this fort. Beer Pierce was 17, so we are in 135. 135 for the whole world here. But yes, I will take a short break here, and then we'll start a new fort. As said, the kind of the one theme, if you will, for the fort will be going deep fast. So we will settle either at the magma pool if we find it on the way down, or we just go down to the magma sea. After, we will do the very quick setup on the near surface, and then we're gonna go down into the magma sea and establish the fort there. So that's the next fort. No name for that yet, because I will let the game decide. We'll find a good random name. And but thanks for watching until now. I will see you guys next time, and until then, take care. Bye bye. And those of you here on Twitch, that was not for you, that was for YouTube. So just a break, and then let's start the new fort.